to my YouTube channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. Hey, how you doing? For this YouTube video, we're going to go ahead and talk about one of my favorite places that I went to on my first trip to Japan, which is Nagasaki. We're going to go ahead and talk about my experience there as well as what I would do on my next trip going back. So let's go ahead and get into it. My journey to Nagasaki started as soon as I landed in Japan after a long layover in Turkey and jet lag from my flight from the US. I hopped on the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Fukuoka and it took about 7 hours, but honestly the ride was so scenic that it felt much shorter. When I arrived in Fukuoka, I actually met up with one of my friends who was from Nagasaki who flew from Aichi Prefecture. So he immediately became my tour guide for that leg of the trip, and it honestly was like a nice little vibe to get that connection with a local. After he got from the Fukuoka airport, he came to pick me up in a rental car at the station, and then we went ahead and made our journey to Nagasaki, which was about an hour, maybe almost 2 hours. But in between the ride, we stopped at this like rest stop area and had some nice soba noodles in this like cafeteria place, so it was really nice. And when we made it to Nagasaki, the first stop that we had was to Chinatown. We had checked into our hotel, which was Kandeo Hotels in the Chinatown branch, and it honestly was so cute and cozy, and honestly to this day was still the best hotel I ever stayed at. After settling in, I went ahead and popped the bottles that I got from Turkey, and we just had a little bit of a toast until we went to sleep for the next day. The next day we strolled down to Glover Street, or Glover Dori, which is a nice little shopping area. You could pick up a lot of souvenir stuff, and I must confess that I didn't buy anything. That was a rookie mistake, and next time I will not be making it. I will be making sure that next time I come with a lot more Nagasaki souvenirs. Later on, we headed to a mall where I picked up a cutesy little bonsai tree, which unfortunately did not survive. Rookie mistake as well, and some stationery items. And the next thing we did was head to the Inasayama Observatory, where we got to go ahead and overview Nagasaki from the hills. It was very, very beautiful, and it was honestly one of my biggest highlights of the trip. Just getting to see that much water, that much nature, and seeing civilization merge with nature in such a beautiful way was like 10 out of 10 experience for me. Once you get down from the observatory, there is like a little park. Actually, we took a cable car up too, so it was really cool. But afterwards, there's like a little park where you get to see the deers, which are way better than the deers in our park, my personal take. And you also got to see some monkeys, which is really cool. I also saw a Pikachu vending machine, so I don't know, maybe I'm just biased. After the observatory, we stopped at the sushi conveyor belt spot. And you know I had to indulge in some fresh, delicious sushi. It's Japan after all. Next, we visited the Nagasaki Peace Memorial Museum. And obviously, out of respect, I decided not to film any type of content there, any type of videos, whether it was for memory's sake or for content's sake. That's a very touchy subject. And as my friend described it, it was very grotesque. But yeah, it was a beautiful thing to see the resilience of the Nagasaki people after the war happened. But at the same time, it was a way to kind of realize that these things were really real, because I feel like a lot of people don't really actually associate that with a real situation anymore, but this was real and a lot of people's lives were affected by it. So it was like a very sobering moment, to say the least. That evening we ended up in Chinatown again, and I decided to go ahead and take a stroll throughout the city, but afterwards I was just so exhausted, and once again that jet lag got to me. So my friend ended up going to a bar and I just called it a night early. So my second full day in Japan, we went ahead and started our day off by getting some sukiya breakfast, so very, very on brand. And afterwards, my friend surprised me with a trip to a waterfall. Since I mentioned that I really wanted to see like nature, and I specifically wanted to see nature in Nagasaki, and it just warmed my heart. Like, these are one of the most like beautiful clips I could have ever took, just because like I just love nature. I'm a water girl. Like, I love seeing water, waterfalls, and all that stuff. So 10 out of 10, best experience ever. If you're ever looking for like a Ghibli experience, this is what that was when we were staying by the waterfall. Just seeing the temple, hearing the bells, listening to the water, everything was just amazing, man. Afterwards, we just went back on our journey to Fukuoka, and even the views back there were just so beautiful, and I couldn't have asked for anything more perfect than this little trip. My friend ended up dropping me back off at the station, and he went to quickly return the rental car so he could go ahead and make his flight back to Aichi Prefecture, and that's how we ended up our trip. Nagasaki is amazing, but I definitely learned some things that I think I should relate to you guys. It is in no way a 2-day trip, and you cannot see enough things. So I totally recommend to go spend at least a week just so you could go ahead and experience so much more, because once again, it's not even like a city, it's a prefecture, and there's a city within Nagasaki called Nagasaki. So if you want to experience a lot of different things like the Houston Bush and the area that I went to, they're a good distance apart, so you have to go ahead and consider those type of things. The nature in Nagasaki is just so perfect as well that I want to go ahead and visit more waterfalls, because I'm a water girly. I want to go ahead and visit the islands if possible. I would like to go ahead and try more Nagasaki cuisine, such as castella cake and champon. It's something that I just learned from a mutual on Threads called Toruko rice. Like, I would love to try all these cuisines from Nagasaki. I also would like to visit the area from a local's perspective and see things that's more culturally significant outside of touristic spots and get that real vibe and feel for Nagasaki outside of what I did experience on my first time. And as a content creator girly, I would also love to go ahead and bring you guys along on my next trip to Nagasaki, because I think it's only fair that I come with, more experience in camera skills. I took my classes, I've done the work, and I want to go ahead and make sure I could properly broadcast this beautiful city, this beautiful prefecture to you guys, to go ahead and encourage you guys to go ahead and visit on your own time whenever you do come to Japan. My Nagasaki trip was a memory that I'll never forget, and I totally rate that experience maybe like an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. And only that because I didn't allow myself to see more things due to the fact that I was so tired and jet lagged. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video also encouraged you guys to go ahead and have Nagasaki on your bucket list one day, or let me know in the comments if you visited or if it's on your bucket list in the future. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you are a travel agency that's interested in working with me or a brand, let's go ahead and work together to showcase this beautiful prefecture together. Thank you for watching to the end. Let's go ahead and drop a cake emoji for Castella cake in the comments. All right, bye.